Another day, another massive tech outage that crippled the World Wide Web and left users scrambling to get online. This time starting with Cloudflare, a major internet infrastructure provider, and rippling out across the broader web, taking down popular websites and services like X, ChatGPT, banks, and a number of online multiplayer games. Roger Collins joins us live in studio with the latest. Roger?
Manisa, this was a mega outage, and it wasn't just isolated to the internet. Once Cloudflare went down, things like Uber, Debit, and even some emergency services were rendered useless. Cloudflare has since apologized for what it says was a technical error. Early this morning, millions of people from around the world were left scrambling as ATMs, banking services, social media websites, and even transit apps weren't working. And if you turn to popular websites like X to find out why, you might have been met with a page like this, indicating that there had been a, quote, internal server error on Cloudflare's network, prompting users to try again in a few minutes. Before long, the news outlets that weren't affected by the disruption began sharing early details about the crash, including Cloudflare itself. But first, what even is Cloudflare? It's a company that runs what's known as a content delivery network.
Provide distribution as well as cybersecurity services to most of the websites that we use every day. So most consumers, regular everyday people, aren't aware of Cloudflare. It kind of exists in the background, providing internet infrastructure services to some of the biggest websites on the planet, like X, formerly known as Twitter, ChatGPT, Down Detector. So all the services that we use, if Cloudflare has a bad day, they have a bad day too, and that's what seems to be happening here.
And boy, did Cloudflare have a bad day. The company's chief technology officer took to X today, writing, quote, "I won't mince words. Earlier today, we failed our customers and the broader internet when a problem in Cloudflare network impacted large amounts of traffic that rely on us. The sites, businesses, and organizations that rely on Cloudflare depend on us being available, and I apologize for the impact that we caused." He also added that this wasn't an attack. It was the result of a tweak they had made that cascaded out into a broad, quote-unquote, degradation. But while the error is mostly fixed now, much of the damage is already done. Users who rely on things like Uber for their morning commute, or businesses that use Square to process payments, couldn't. And online, many aren't happy, pointing out the irony of websites like Down Detector relying on services like Cloudflare.
I think last month was a bit of a wake-up call, first with the Amazon Web Services outage, then with the Microsoft Azure outage a week later. So I think we're all starting to slowly realize that the internet isn't as robust as we thought it was, that it is very vulnerable to mass global-scale outages that originate on one computer in one data center and then cascade or escalate from there.
Carmi Levy goes on to say that when things like Cloudflare go down, it creates a window of opportunity for bad actors to take advantage of what's otherwise a chaotic situation.
Certainly there is a cybersecurity component here. The good news is that we haven't seen any evidence that there have been any successful attacks because of the Cloudflare outage, but certainly you still want to remain vigilant as an individual end user, and if you're one of the companies that relies on their services, you still always want to keep your eyes wide open.
While everything should be back to normal now, today serves as a reminder that the internet isn't invincible. It might be a good idea to keep a small amount of cash on hand or even an offline data backup kicking around.